Hi friends, my name is Omkar Jagdare and I'm coming at you from Detroit, Michigan. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to choose your university when you're coming to US. But before we get started, I would really appreciate if you can give me a thumbs up to the video. It allows me to reach out to more people just like you. So thank you very much and let's get started. So imagine this, you have applied to a few universities in US, you have gotten an admission. So let's say you have about 3 to 4 admits, and now you have to make a decision on which university you want to go to. And if you ask me, looking back about 10 years ago when I was applying for my undergrad and I had about 3 to 4 universities and I had these options to go to one of them, it was really difficult for me to choose where I wanted to go, because you've never been to this country, you don't know the environment, you don't know the kind of opportunities they have, and how do you make this decision? So let me walk you through my experience and what I had to go through and how I was able to make a decision. Okay, so understand one thing, folks. Let's take a step back a little bit and talk about your application process. Understand one thing, folks. I know sometimes these admissions to different universities, they cost about $50 to $80 per application, and this is where a lot of students make mistakes. They try to save the money and they only apply to 2 or 3 universities because they just want to get the admission to these universities. I don't know what the reason they are applying only 2-3, because I always wanted to maximize the number of universities I wanted to go to. I remember when I was applying in 2011 for my undergrad degree, I had applied to about 8 universities. I never heard from 3 universities. I got, as a matter of fact, from 5 universities I never heard anything. I got admission from 3 universities, which were Lawrence Tech University, University of New Haven, Connecticut, and Arkansas State University. And I had the choice of which university to go to. So understand one thing, folks. I remember a mentor of mine, he mentioned to me one thing that I remember every single day. He told me that the more choices you have, the better decision you will be able to make. So understand one thing, folks. Make sure you have a lot of choices. If you have only one choice, you're not a chooser, you're a beggar. Beggars cannot be choosers, and choosers will never be beggars. So understand one thing, folks. Make sure you have a lot of choices when you're looking into your master's degree. Sorry about that. So let's talk about this. Okay, so let's say you have admissions from about 2 to 3 universities and you have to make a decision. So I'll go through 4 different things you need to consider when you're looking at a university. So number 1, in my opinion, is consider the job market where you're going. So unless you are a computer science major, in my opinion, you can be anywhere. If you're a computer science, it doesn't really matter, because the kind of opportunity US has right now with computer science, it's easier to get a job. It is competitive, but just the opportunity is plenty. So if you go to Arkansas State University, out of nowhere, you should still be able to find a job, because just the opportunity is there. Now if you are some kind of other engineering, like civil engineering, chemical, mechanical, you have to kind of think about where you are going. Okay, so let's look at the job market. So let's say you have admissions from 3 different universities. I'll give an example. Let's say Lawrence Tech University from Detroit, Michigan. That's where I'm from. This is not a sponsored video. I hope it was a sponsored video. They really need to sponsor me, because the amount of students I've sent to them, they really owe me some money. But that's fine, no worries. Let's say Lawrence Tech University, let's say New York University, NYU in New York, and then let's look at another university in Dallas, Texas, University of Texas, Dallas. So now understand, folks, these universities are in different regions. These different regions have different weather, and which is something you should definitely consider. I'll talk that about a little bit later. But then also the size of these 3 cities is different. The kind of economy they have is different. So just because it's a big city, bigger, you can't expect that you are definitely going to do well there. So here is what I would suggest. Okay, so let's say let's look at Lawrence Tech University. It's in the cold environment in Detroit area. Now if you are to come here, let's look at the city. Like there are 5 million people in Detroit metro area, and I would rate it like at I would rate it as a like 7 out of 10, you know, in terms of cost of living, in terms of weather. Weather is something really bad. If you don't know, folks, let me tell you something right now. About 60 to 70% of United States actually experiences sheer winter about 6 months. So about 6 months our weather is almost close to zero or below zero. If the higher up you go, the closer you are to Canada, the colder it is. The further you are from Canada, the hotter it is. So understand one thing. So if you are the kind of person who cannot tolerate cold, if you think, you know, snow is cute, try it for 6 months, and then you will know. Visit a place where they have snow, so you can understand. If I were to do it again, I would, as a matter of fact, go to somewhere south, do a master's, because understand one thing, folks, where you graduate from, you will be staying at that place for a long amount of time. So let's look at it again. So let's say you are at Lawrence Tech University and you graduated. Now you're looking for jobs. Understand one thing, folks. Where do you think you are going to get a job fastest? The fastest opportunity you are going to get is Detroit metro area, because you're graduated from that area. So it makes sense for you to choose the university of going to, thinking where you want to stay eventually. So if you want to live in New York City, hey, do your master's in New York City, because your chances of finding a job there are highest if you do a master's there. Because understand, your alumni, the people who graduated from your university, and the name of that university is much popular in that area. So Lawrence Tech, for example, I was able to find jobs out of college because whenever I went to these interviews, I always met someone who has graduated from a university, and that kind of helped me to build that connection. We already had something in common, so I could easily be able to connect with them and somehow then lead that into something more. So that is something you want to look into. Okay, so let's look into second thing. Now let's look at weather. So let's look at the difference between, let's say, New York City, Michigan, which is Lawrence Tech, and Dallas. Is, if you notice now, you know, there have been a lot of things going on in Dallas right now, but usually they have good weather about 9 months out of the year. You know, 9 months out of 12 months, they have good warm weather, pretty much like a tropical country. You know, they have good weather. You don't have to worry about, you know, walking in snow for, like, you know, you don't have to worry about weather affecting your day-to-day life. You have plenty of sun, you can still be able to get out and do your activities. In Michigan, whereas for 6 months, folks, we really can't do much. We can't, like, you know, go for walks outside. We can, but it's super cold. You know, sometimes the weather is even -20, -30 Fahrenheit, -40 Fahrenheit sometimes. So it's literally like living at a, you know, polar, you know, like literally North Pole. It's that cold sometimes. We have you know what, let's talk about this thing. I don't want to talk about weather much, but understand one thing, folks, it does affect your quality of life. Now if you're in New York City, it's a little bit different. They do get snow. They also get similar amount of like cold weather, but I would say it's a little bit better because there's much more people. There's much more things for you to do in winter. There's much more to do. There are so many people. You may be able to do activities during this time, during the cold time, to keep yourself engaged. So I would say it's a little bit better in terms of that. Whereas Texas, hey, you have, everything is open, you are still able to do your activities. It shouldn't be a problem for you. Let's look at cost of living. Now understand one thing, folks. If you consider New York City, the cost of living is definitely going to be much more than smaller city like Detroit area or a city like Dallas. Now, from my experience, the rent in Detroit area is really low compared to my friends who live in Dallas or New York City. I pay about $800 per month for a single person to live in a one-bedroom apartment. So that's how much I pay. I have friends who live in New York City. They pay about $1,800 to $2,000 for a one-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn. Now that's a lot of money, folks. I have friends who live in Manhattan area. 3 of them pay about $1,000 each to live in a one-bedroom apartment, so in Manhattan. So understand one thing, your cost of living in Manhattan or New York City is going to be twice as much if you were to live in Dallas or New York or like Detroit area. So the cost of living is a big issue in these kind of cases. So understand one thing, folks. I cannot give you a really good answer on like, oh, this is how you should do, this is what you should do, or something like that. All I'm doing for you is putting out there what are the things you have to consider when you are looking at a master's, when you're looking at a university, what your options are, and that's when you make the best decision. Okay, what else? Also, let's say you choose University of Texas Dallas. Okay, now you don't look at just 1 or 2 years after graduation. You don't look at just, oh, I'm gonna find a job and that's all I'm looking for. That's not a long-term mindset, folks. You want to look at about 10-15 years down the road. So let's say, you know what, you were only going to do a master's in US and you were planning to stay in the same city after that. Folks, understand, most people actually end up living in the same city. It's rarely, like, I would say, you know, with masters, people do move out. A lot of my friends have moved out of where I graduated from, Lawrence Tech. They have moved out, they have found jobs somewhere else because just the economy was a little bit different last couple of years. But like, what happens, your maximum chances of finding a job is in the local area. So let's say you are in that Detroit, like Dallas area, you go to the university and you start working there. You want to look at what's going to happen over the next 10-15 years. Look at what's the growth trend there. Go on Google, research that, see how many people have been moving into the city, how many people have been moving out of city, what are the new developments that's been happening there. So one example I would give is Austin, Texas. Now I found out that a lot of companies from Silicon Valley are moving to Austin, Texas. A lot of growth is happening and they are expecting Austin to be the next boomtown in USA. In last 40-50 years, something like that has not happened. So they are expecting that to be one of the biggest technology companies, technology boom in that city. So understand, if I were to do it again, if I was in technology, if I was in engineering, I would choose Austin, Texas. I would go to Austin, Texas for doing my master's because I want to surround myself by opportunity, the maximum opportunity, wherever it is, that's where I want to go. Understand one thing, folks, you are coming from your country or wherever you are from to USA to pursue better opportunity. Similarly, in US, where you go is also very, very important. So I would say the best thing I would consider is the opportunity. Wherever there is plenty of opportunity, that's where I would go. Weather would be also a consideration. Personally, for me, it's this number. It's like, first is opportunity, second I would think about is weather, third I would think about cost of living. It's not a, you know, understand one thing, folks, if cost of living was an issue, you might as well stay in your own country because most probably US is going to be more expensive than where you're coming from. Unless, you know, you are taking loans, you are coming from a middle class family, or you are really struggling to do your masters, then I would suggest maybe go to a smaller city. Because understand one thing, if you go to a small city, your tuition fees and stuff like that is not going to be as much as these different cities. In the summer, you can always find an internship in a bigger city. You'll have to work a little bit harder than other people, but you can do that internship and that can be your way to get into those bigger cities. Okay, so that's one thing, folks. And what else, you know, that's pretty much what I had, folks. You know, remember one thing, at the end of the day, this is what I would do. I would look at which place has better opportunity, which city I would like to live in next 10, 15, 20 years, and that's where I would go, where I would feel that the best use of my time will be, you know, where I would get the best out of my buck. That's what I would think at. But I think that's pretty much what I had. If you have any questions, put it in the comments section. If you have any personal questions, you want to talk to me directly, you can reach out to me on Omkar A. Jagdare at Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.